Have the guy from Channel 5 come on your show? Pog. I never thought about that. I don't know. I don't know him like that, bro.
Only and safe legal access to it. And I think if you ask any of the Republicans who are so loudly shouting pro-life, if they've ever forced a mistress to have an abortion, and I think it will be shockingly alarming how many they do. We are here to advocate for all uterus havers. There are many, many accesses for you to make sure that you are still capable to receive safe and legal abortion.
Tonight, history is unfolding across the United States.
The highest court in the land reversed course on 50 years of federal constitutional rights to an abortion, sending the issue to the states.
Hundreds, if not 1,000 protesters filled 2nd Avenue in downtown Seattle.
I actually was raised Catholic. I went to a Catholic school. My whole family is Christian now, but also my Christian family is pro-choice. I don't think you can bash the entire religion based off of it. There are a lot of pro-choice Christians out there that understand that while they may not personally feel a certain way, they can't tell other people how they can and can't.
Exactly.
The thing is, if you're going to be debating with a Christian stance, that has to be separate from the government. You can't enforce or impose any sort of religious beliefs. It has to be separate from the state. I mean, that's how the Constitution was formed. Everybody can argue what they want, but that's the bottom line. You have 80% of the population on this side. That's a lot of opportunity for change and hope for the future. Unfortunately, it's just in the wrong hands right now. These justices were appointed so long ago and will stay in power until they die. They were appointed at a different time and a different era where different things were considered acceptable, where they no longer are now, and it's no longer the voice.
To be fair, like the last three weren't. The last three are in the last fucking 4 years, but
of the people either.
History does repeat itself, and it's just unfortunate that we're all here yet again.
What are your thoughts on the Supreme Court?
They can go fuck themselves.
We just talked to some Christians across the street, and they think that the moment conception occurs, a life form has germinated. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that you can believe whatever you believe, but the second it infringes on my body, I don't give a fuck. But if you read other religions and stuff, like in Jewish law, it is required to abort a baby or a fetus if it jeopardizes the life of the mother. So you need to understand that Christianity isn't the end-all, say-all. There are a multitude of different religions, and we need to respect them all. I think it's infuriating that a dead body has more bodily autonomy than me. You cannot force anybody to donate anything in their body, even though it can save somebody's life, and you're forcing me to potentially jeopardize my health and my safety for something that I don't even want. That's not even considered a life, in my opinion, and the opinion of a multitude of people.
I think life begins whenever the baby is physically, pushed out of the womb. If I was in a position to where I was pregnant, I would get an abortion. I think this is extremely unfair and just backwards. It honestly just makes me feel so many emotions: sad, disgusted, angry, and just disappointed. Women need to protect our bodies, so fuck the Supreme Court. As the world changes and evolves, so do people, and we can't just have the same people in office their entire life. It's just gonna end up being backwards. I think that we should at least, have elections for it.
Dude, it's just fucking disappointing. We just had a bunch of old white men, trying to decide what to do with people's bodies, and, that's fucked up.
Are you surprised?
No, fuck no. Why are we surprised nowadays? Our legal system just doesn't seem like it works.
They should not be able to be in the Supreme Court for an unlimited amount of time, and we should be able to have more of a say in who's running our country.
Aren't all other, levels, elected? So, why wouldn't these folks be elected as well, I guess, is kind of where I'm thinking.
Some of these people are 70, 80 years old. Boomer mentality. It's time for a change.
Perhaps even beyond boomer.
Even beyond boomer.
I'm not sure what it's called to be 10 years above boomer. I think it might be called the greatest generation.
Fuck these old men.
Who's your least favorite old man?
Clarence Thomas.
Or Kavanaugh. Fuck him.
It's my old friend Mads. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen here of me and Mads 10 years ago in the studio, recording some rap music. Mads doesn't really rap anymore. He plays guitar, but he fucking rips.
God.
Cause I got the coronavirus blues.
Mads, what do you think about what's going on right now?
It's horrendous. It's super sad. Feel terrible for my mom and all the women, and it's pretty scary what's happening to this country. And yeah, women should have complete control over their own bodies. The government should stay the fuck away. Yeah.
What do you think about the idea that immediately upon conception, an autonomous life exists inside of the womb?
I think it's ridiculous. It's like, to me, it's the same as like saying maybe my semen or a sperm or an egg is like a life. It is eventually, but not immediately.
What do you think about the Supreme Court? Like,
yeah, I think that they don't work to serve the common people. The majority of Americans are actually for women's rights over their own bodies. It's representing political interest of the rich and powerful. We need to abolish the Supreme Court and destroy them. Destroy the institution, destroy capitalism, this entire...
Bro, every fucking time! Every time I see these fucking protests, dude, yo, no wonder Brandon is fucking losing so much popularity amongst the fucking youth, dude. No wonder, dude. No wonder he's losing popularity amongst the youth. The youth are fucking based. Holy shit. You can fuck people over for you can only fuck people over for a limited amount of time, okay? If you get fucked over 1,000,000 times, at a certain point, you're going to be like, okay, well, I don't want to fucking, I don't want to participate in this. This sucks. And if your immediate interaction, if your immediate inclination is like the only woman in his life he can name his mom, so he's definitely a HasanAbi head, brother, you're a HasanAbi head. You, Mango JPEG, 10-month subscriber, shut the fuck up. Why are you making fun of your own? Also, we don't know if he is, okay? I'm not saying that anymore. People get very mad at me and they say you're narcissistic when I hear people that are repeating takes that I've said in this community, in this broadcast verbatim on the Man on the Street interviews, okay? I'm no longer saying that. I don't think these guys are HasanAbi heads. I don't think a single person there knows who I am or cares about what I have to say. I think they arrived at these conclusions on their own because they are the right conclusions to arrive at, okay? How about that?
U.S. government is built on genocide and slavery and lies. They don't care about immigrants or helping poor people or orphans, so it's just a really convenient way to look like they care about people when they don't give a fuck about other people.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Anything else you want to say, my guy?
Actually, I am a rapper still.
You still rap?
I still rap, yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Yo, I believe that we gotta give the choice back to the women, cause you know they got a voice strapped. That's how we gotta be, armed, ready to fight the government and the capitalists. We could do it in one night, make a new system that overthrows, make a revolution, let the people all know, no foes. You know I do this for my bros, we do this for everybody from coast to coast. So put your fist up, I'm one of the illest to kill it, representing all of the children unborn. I represent for them, cause women, they're the ones who decide. Yeah, peace and love to everybody, let's ride.
Damn, Maz, you still rap, my guy. I thought you retired the hip-hop career.
No, I'm getting really into it.
All right. Yeah. You getting back into it?
Getting really into it.
Back in the day, me and Mads had a song called Crucial Polarity. I'm going to play it over this song because I believe nobody else.
Okay, I don't want anyone to fucking make fun of people that you see in Andrew videos, okay? Especially if they're saying a lot of things that resemble the ideas that you have, because you're shitting on yourself. There's a mirror, okay? Be nice to these people, okay? He was great. He was a wonderful, wonderful rapper. You're quite literally, personally shitting on yourself in that moment, okay?
He owns the rights to it. Crucial Polarity, bringing the clarity.
Solidarity.
Change coming through Seattle solidarity. My name is Maz, yeah, you probably heard of me. I wrote a song and my destiny occurred to me.
That's insane, you remember that.
I remember every one of your bars, man. So what brought you guys out here today specifically?
So we actually are invited to a church group in Kent area. We're going there to preach there tomorrow, and we wanted to come experience Seattle tonight.
But you guys are at the location of the Roe v. Wade protest right across the street. How do you guys feel about what happened?
I think it's good that they, outlawed it for sure.
We're glad for anything that would.
What the fuck? What are they wearing, bro? What are these guys? Also, are there homies got face tats? What's happening right now?
Sure.
We're glad for anything that would save lives.
I definitely think abortion is murder.
I just don't understand why you would dress up like you work at the Cheesecake Factory on your own. You know what I mean? Like if you're working at the Cheesecake Factory, that's one thing, right? Like, yeah, you got to wear it. It's what you have to wear to work. Why the fuck would you wake up and be like, yeah, no, I'm going to do this. Like, God wants me to dress up like this. Are they Amish? Like, what the fuck are they doing?
Sure.
In what way?
Well, you're ending the life of a human. Once conception takes place, the Bible teaches us that, that God says, before I knew thee, I formed thee in the womb. And at that point, life begins. Biologically, it's true that life begins there. Yeah. I think
that dude with the face tats, like at a certain point in his life, he has face tats. At a certain point in his life, he wasn't a fucking gigantic loser. You know what I mean? How do you go from like fucking having face tats to being Amish, dude? How did that happen? My homie's just surviving. Let's stay out of black people's business on this one.
Bottom line is this, I think, is that people are trying to find a way
Thank
to
you,
get
Chico Tokit, for the 25 gifted sub.
around the consequences of their actions. And if you're having sexual intercourse, you should expect to potentially have a child. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican.
Can I ask you what you think about abortion?
I mean, there's no life. There's no life yet. There's no life. Like, there's a beating little thing where it's a cell growing. It's not had a life. It doesn't have a life. It doesn't know what a life is. It has no clue what a life is. You think, oh, it moves around, or it blinks its eyes, or it sucks its thumb, something like that, right? That proves that. Okay, but are you going to give more rights to that baby? That's that fetus. You're going to give more rights to that fetus than you are to women, right? And then all the children that are born that end up in the orphanages, that end up with abusive parents, that end up on the streets, that end up all sorts of problems, dropping out of school. You're going to have like millions of these kids in the next 10
This is the most Seattle person you can find, I swear to God.
20 years, okay? What are they going to do about that?
They're right.
Nothing. They think that that's okay, but that's not okay, right? So I don't understand why they're just being so pig-headed and stupid. I think it's an agenda. It's just a coup.
I feel like everyone in Seattle is like this, for the record.
It shouldn't have the powers it has. You can't pass laws like that without asking the other two branches of government for, do you think this is cool? It's a balance of power that's not been used forever because it's been usurped. It's a coup. It's been going on since, well, I don't know, my boyfriend knows.
Yes.
It's like the most grunge fucking city.
So how do you guys feel about the whole Roe v. Wade thing being overturned?
Good. God created all humans, and I believe we should leave it up to him and not take any rights away of the human to live.
So what would you...
Ow! Bro, she's not well. She's not well. Republicans only care about life until it's born, queer or brown or non-binary or poor. She is not well, bro. She is not fucking well.
What would you do if you got pregnant in an unwanted situation? Like,
what do you mean? Her entire life is an unwanted situation.
Roe v. Wade thing being overturned.
Oh, I gotta run it again.
God created.
Oh, they didn't speak. He fucking. That's what I missed. I was like trying to figure out, like, he asked a question to the other girls and like none of them spoke.
All
so
humans,
he flipped it over.
and I believe we should leave it up to him and not take any rights away of the human to live.
What?
So what would you do if you got pregnant in an unwanted situation? Like,
Even if I would feel like this is not a good situation, I would like to make the situation as good as possible for the child.
Right.
So it can be good in the end.
so at what point after conception do you believe that a sperm cell becomes sentient?
Immediately. Right away. I believe the human is started at conception. I believe once it's conceived, the baby has.
America's so wonderful because, like, the 9 Supreme Court, like the 9 deities, 6 of them specifically, basically aligned with that person. How wonderful is it that we live in the wealthiest nation on earth in 2022, and like this person who can't even string along 3 sentences, who is literally a poster child for fucking systematic inbreeding, has the same take as like the main prevailing fucking body of religious deities that have decided millions, tens of millions of women will be denied medical care. That's crazy. She's like the oldest woman on the Oregon Trail, 29 years old, 3 grandkids. How wonderful that, like, we live in a country where, like, what she is fucking saying is basically like what the Supreme Court acted. Make no mistake. This conversation revolves around life beginning at conception, which is a falsehood. It is not scientific. It is completely made up. It makes no fucking sense. And yet, the entire religious reasoning behind it is exactly what this person is explaining. Holy shit, dude.
Started.
What? I think the word you're looking for is demagogue to refer to the 9 deities. I mean, it's not. No, deity is the right word. I think they literally operate like fucking deities. But is not allowed to stand 5 foot from a man not in her church without an elderman standing over her. Yeah, it's great.
For sure. But I mean, just imagine like something horrible happened to you. You got pregnant and like you knew you were pregnant as a result of a bad situation. Like, how would you feel about bringing a kid into the world knowing that you didn't want it to be there? I mean,
well, obviously.
I think Andrew doesn't realize that like probably every pregnancy she has had was not her choice.
I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I believe that God designed it for the woman to have a baby. And in this circumstance, we're talking about a woman that wasn't ready for it or didn't want it. But I still firmly believe that we should not kill the baby.
even if it was you?
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Bringing the clarity, change coming through Seattle solidarity. You call me mad, yeah, you probably heard of me. I wrote a song and my destiny occurred to me.
We're gonna begin with tragedy.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. What an insane moment. Like, what an absolutely insane fucking moment. She's doing a bad job at explaining her position, thinking of getting an abortion now. These people are Amish Jehovah's Witnesses, Christian fascists. Like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. I actually don't know what's happening there. New Scottish referendums, independence referendum.